When I first started my journey on collecting Invalid Core items, I started searching out military and antique shows. When I would ask if anyone knew of any Invalid Core items, an answer I heard far too often was, "There isn't too much of that stuff around," as the Invalid Corps was a small organization that didn't get involved in much of the war, and they were hardly seen. My reply was, "Well, of course you've seen the pictures of Grand Review in 1865, haven't you? Who do you think the soldiers are guarding the Union officers and the new president?" It turns out most people know of the 1865 Grand Review in Washington, D.C., just most haven't really examined the pictures. The Library of Congress has a great collection of pictures from the Grand Review in Washington, D.C. that show many angles. These pictures not only show the Invalid Corps, or the Veteran Reserve Corps at that time, guarding the bandstand of officers, but the Library of Congress also has pictures showing the men of the VRC standing guard over the spectator area and street entrances. In one picture, a VRC soldier seems to be telling a civilian, "We are full to capacity." Why do you suppose the Veteran Reserve Corps was chosen to post guard for the 1865 Grand Review? The answer is cleared up in a letter from Sylvester Rounds of the 17th VRC. Sylvester wrote, "There is an order from the War Department ordering the muster out of the service of all troops whose term of service expires prior to October 1st, 1865. But it also says this is not to include the Veteran Reserve Corps." Simply put, the VRC was still employed by the military while the fighting soldiers were being sent home. Damon Waite of the 12th VRC, while writing to his mother, put, "I suppose you have heard of the Grand Union that's to come off here. It takes place on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. They are to march through the streets, down by the Capitol, and up by the White House where the generals will stand who receive them. They march at company front closed intervals. I suppose it will be worth seeing, and as I go where I think I will get to see them." While writing to his sister, Sylvester Rounds wrote, "I suppose they will have a big time in Washington tomorrow and Wednesday at this Grand Review. It will please some, but I don't believe the soldiers will like it much, for now that they have got through their fighting, it would seem natural for them to wish to get to their homes as soon as possible and not have to be paraded around for other people's amusement. I should think that for the last 4 years the people had chance enough to see soldiers." Sylvester went on to write, "Now I wish I did not belong to the Veteran Reserve Corps. Then I would have stood some chance of getting out of the service. But as long as this keeps up, I will make up my mind to stay my time out."